Hello, 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 hello. I'm back today playing some more Pokemon Crystal, continuing our shiny badge quest. Still on the hunt for the shiny starter Cyndaquil. This is a reattempt at yesterday's stream because yesterday we had some technical difficulties, which meant that we were not able to stream, and we actually saw that both my 3DS capture cards are now broken. But it's fine. I've got a workaround. We've got something working, and we're able to continue the shiny badge quest and also any shiny hunting that we want to do in the future is all fine as well. There's no, we have ways around it, so we're all good on that front. So yeah, it does mean I'm gonna have to get used to a new way of doing this hunt, so forgive me if I'm a little bit slow on the button pressing and stuff like that, because I am using a different way. But anyway, with that being said, shall we jump into this? We're currently sitting at 6,750 resets. We're looking to do around 250 per stream. So we should end today on 7,000. That or a shiny. And we can hope that it's a shiny. So, without further ado, I think we're good to start. Just see if everything works. Immediately something didn't work. Okay, I'll sort it out in a sec. Let me just get past the mashing it. Also, it might be a bit brighter now because it's on a different way of playing it. So I think it might actually be a little brighter on the colouring. But that's fine. Okay, let me see if I can fix the okay, I think we're good. Okay, not shiny. The first one was not shiny. Cool. Had a female already. I just realised I didn't add one on for the female, so we're actually on that. Here we go. Because we've had a female and checked too, so this is the fourth. Oh, another female already. Also, I did make sure to colour myself yellow again. Yellow? Blue again. I did the glitch. Because I had to start a new file, because obviously this isn't the same file that was on my 3DS. So I made sure to colorify myself differently, just until the point where we aren't blue anymore. I think we'll be blue all the way up until the Slowpoke Well, I think, is when we become not blue again. Unfortunately, it's not a permanent change, and I don't think there's a way of doing it once you're at that point. Also, the resets might be slightly quicker this way as well, potentially. I don't think there's going to be much in it, but it might be slightly quicker this way. Because it's now my computer loading times rather than my DS loading times. You know, it would be cool if we got the shiny today, because this is technically the first shiny hunting stream of the year. I know technically yesterday we did stream, but we didn't actually do any shiny hunting because we didn't do any encounters. So this is the first shiny hunting stream. So it would be cool if we got it today. Kick the new year off with a nice shiny. That'd be cool. Speed him up. So double female. Oh, I didn't add one. Whoops, my bad. Hi, Lays. How are you doing today? Good, thanks. Just had some Nando's. I got back home. Nice, awesome. I'm doing good, thanks. I had some technical difficulties with yesterday's stream, which we've managed to overcome for this stream. So I'm happy about that, and that we're actually able to continue this shiny hunt. I mean, this is the Game Boy days. Yeah, this is Pokemon Crystal. So the third game of Pokemon Gold, Silver, and then Crystal. Basically, there is a chance that the Cyndaquil that I am picking up from Professor Elm every time is a different color, and it matches the one that's down below me. It's known as a shiny Pokemon. It's a 1 in 8,192 chance of it being that color rather than the regular color there. And basically every time you reset, there's a 1 in 8,192 chance of it being that color. So I'm resetting my game until it gives me that Pokemon. You played Red. That was the original, or one of the originals, I should say. So these are the second game. So they were on Red, Blue, and technically Green if you're in Japan. We were on the Game Boy, the original Game Boy. Yellow was on both, so Game Boy, and then if you had it on Game Boy Color, it was slightly different. Oops, ignore that. You didn't see that. This is the Game Boy Color games. So you had Gold, Silver, and Crystal. So this is my Pokemon Crystal game. Yeah. In the newer games, so from when it became the 3DS, so X and Y, it became a 1 in 4,096 chance. So they halved the odds, or doubled the chances of finding a shiny. But back in these games, it was a 1 in 8,192. Did I see West Ham lose to Wolves today? 3-0? I did. Wolves actually got a win. That just shows how terrible West Ham are. New Wolves. Maybe that was. Maybe this is their turnaround. Maybe they will pick up some wins now. Maybe they'll even survive. I can't see that happening, but you never know. Maybe. There's still 18 games left of the season. I was second now. Yeah. But that's only because Man City haven't played yet. Ooh, that's a female. You're knackered. They do, yeah. Yeah, Chelsea tomorrow. So there is a chance Chelsea do beat them. To be honest, I'm not sure which way I want that result to go. Maybe even a draw. Just because obviously... Or maybe I actually almost might want Man City to win it, to be honest, because we'll still be. I think we'll be 2 points behind Man City, but obviously we can beat them to go ahead of them as long as we're matching their results. And if Man City win, that means Chelsea are further behind us still, which is what I'd prefer. I think I'd rather have a bigger gap. But 1-1 would probably be alright. We'd go back down to third there because our goal difference is so much worse than Man City's. But yeah, I think that's the way around I want it. I think I'd prefer Man City to win over Chelsea, and then a draw is also okay. That's kind of my preference order. Man City win, Man City win, draw, and Chelsea lose is my least. No, Chelsea win. Sorry, is my least preferred. Yeah, Champions League is top 5. Well, it's not guaranteed. It's nearly guaranteed, I think, because it depends on European coefficient. So depending on how well English teams do in Europe this season, determines how many places you get. But we've got quite a lot high coefficient, so it's quite likely that we will have the extra place. Oh yeah, no, I'm with the first half of the season we've had. I'm very confident we'll get top 5. I think we've all but guaranteed ourselves top 5, to be honest. Well, unless something drastic happens and we fall off massively for the rest of the season. Yes. However, the English teams that are currently trying to get top 5, I think all but Man United are like in Europe anyway. So it's like they're the ones that are causing the coefficient. So we're only trying to help ourselves. Other than Man United, they're obviously trying to get fit top 5 and they're not in Europe. Not a few more. This season's weird though. Liverpool is in the mud after breaking the spending record twice in one transfer window, and United could finish above them. What's the point of this? Is it an achievement or something? There are no achievements. No, it's just the satisfaction of having a different colored Pokemon. It does sparkle though. So when you throw it into battle, it does have like a little sparkly animation. No, definitely not a speed run. It's a slow run. So slow that I've that timer down there, that's 76 hours, is how long I've been just doing the same thing, resetting, trying to find this shiny Cyndaquil. So I haven't moved from in front of Professor Elm here for 76 hours. Oops. Keep forgetting that button doesn't do anything now. It is a button mashing run, yes, yes. I am clicking the A and B buttons a lot. And occasionally start and select. You don't think you've had 70 hours in total on Pokemon? I couldn't tell you how many hours I've got across all the Pokemon games I've played. Thousands. Maybe even probably tens of thousands. Maybe, actually, I don't know. How many? No. How many hours have I been alive for? Actually, it might be tens of thousands thinking about it. So, what, there's 24 times 60. God damn it. 24 times 60. Thank you. There's 1,440 hours in a day. No, sorry. Yeah. No, there's 24 hours in a day. 7 days a week times 52. There's 8,736 hours in a year. Oh my god. Yes, that's right. I probably, tens of thousands of hours. LOL is the most played game? Your most played game? Oh, no, sorry. You're talking about me. Is this my most played game? Pokemon in general, yes. Not specifically one Pokemon game. My brain is fried, apparently. I don't know why. I also don't know how to use a calculator right now, apparently, as well. CSGO is yours, around 5k hours. Nice, nice. I don't just do this in Pokemon, though. I do actually play Pokemon as well. But I do enjoy shiny hunting. And this isn't the only way of shiny hunting. This is just the way I have to shiny hunt for this Pokemon. There's a lot more fun ways of shiny hunting. Certainly in the later games as well. Hey. 6,800. Favorite song? Well, the short version of it. Hi Z. It's going good, thank you. How are you doing today? Pretty good, apart from got to go back to work tomorrow. Yeah, I know the feeling. Not tomorrow, but Monday. Which, I guess, technically is the same day for you, but... Your tomorrow is different from my tomorrow. Technically, I did also do some work today, but I didn't have to go anywhere for that. I just did it from here. Just had some bits that I needed to do before I go back to the office tomorrow, Monday. I have had a long time off, though, to be fair. Double female. I have been off since half day on the 19th of December. So I can't really complain. Triple female. You've been off since Christmas Eve? Fair enough. It's a decent chunk of time as well, to be fair. No. No, I did not. I'm using an emulator now instead. But it works exactly the same, so it's not the end of the world. Why did I reset like that? Okay, I'm not going to count that one. I don't know how to send it off to an eBay seller, but I would have to send off a 3DS to a company. They're known as Murky. They're in Germany. They do worldwide, so you could probably do it from Australia as well to Murky. I've always had good experiences with Murky. One of my capture cards is one of his original ones. And then the other one, I did actually have a problem with it a while ago, where it broke, and I sent it off to him and he fixed it, even though it wasn't one that like he had done. in the first place. So yeah, I would recommend Merki. Merki. And he, like I say, he does do worldwide, but you do have to send him the DS. He doesn't. He used to do it where he would provide the DS as well, but he doesn't do that anymore. You have to provide the DS. So if I really cared about it, I could probably get in contact with him to get him to have a look at it to see if he could fix them again. But I don't know whether there's much point me doing that, because I can just emulate. I own all the games, so I don't even feel bad emulating it. It's not like it's any different. What are the shiny odds in this game? 1 in 8,192. You only played Crystal once about 9 years ago on an emulator? Fair enough. I mean, I have it on the Virtual Console, which is what I was streaming from before. I never actually had it growing up, but I do have... I have since... Oops. In my adult life, gone and made sure I've bought the actual game as well. I wanted to make sure I had every single Pokemon game in physical form. Sorry, I did that. Luckily, it was back before like Pokemon game prices skyrocketed. They were still fairly expensive, but not like they are now. Probably not. No, I don't think it had. Not 9 years ago. And it's you can't get it now on Virtual Console because the 3DS shop is closed because of the internet connection thingy being turned off for it. That's the one, eShop. I couldn't remember what it was called. But luckily I already had it, so on the on my 3DS. But I do also have an original Gen 2 version as well. Like I say, I wanted to make sure I had the full collection in physical form, which is why even the Switch games I'd make sure to get physical as well. They're the only games I care about getting physical. You know, every other game I buy digital because one, don't have a disc tray in my computer, so PC games definitely aren't happening in physical. And my PS5, I wouldn't want. I do have a PS5 that has the disc tray, but I don't use it because I'm not that worried about physical games. Other than for Pokemon, just to keep it as a whole collection. I do also have my original Game Boy Color as well, if I wanted to play them on that. I mean, I'd need to put some batteries in it because it hasn't got any batteries in it, but it still works as long as I've got batteries in it. I don't have a back to it though, so I do have to like sellotape the batteries in. Because, yeah. Do I use that death counter program to count the encounters? I do, yes. That's a shame. I mean, I never use it, so it doesn't matter that it works. It's not like I actually use it though. And I don't really need it either because I have a GameCube that has I have the Game Boy player with the GameCube as well, so I can play my Game Boy games on there. That would have been another way that I could have done this actually on official hardware. The only problem with that is it would be stuck on my Gen 2 cartridge, whereas this I can inject it into my 3DS, so I can still send them into home eventually. But if I did it on a physical Crystal cartridge on the Game Boy player, it would be stuck there. Because I mean, there are ways of getting the saves off of official Gen 2 cartridges, but I don't have the means to do that. I'd have to research it and work it out, whereas to inject this onto my 3DS, I can do that. I know how to do that. It does need to be homebrew, yes, yeah. Both my 3DSs are homebrewed, so it's not like it's really easy to do. It took me like 20 minutes. And I 100% recommend doing it. You installed Homebrew on one of your 2DS since it was easier because it has sleep mode switch? When did you do it? I don't think you need to worry about that anymore. There's bits of software you can use on your computer just to do it. You just put the SD card in your computer. Use the software. So yeah, okay. Yeah, that's, to be fair, when I did one of my 3DSs, it was more complicated and that took me a while to do. But now my new 3DS XL that I did like what, a month ago, a few weeks ago, something like that. And it's very easy. You just put your SD card into your computer and then do some software stuff. You have to take it in and out of your DS a few times just to do it, but it's as simple as just doing everything on the SD card and then it's all sorted. Very easy. So as long as you've got an SD card reader for your computer, either built-in or you can get USB ones. Do I still have it on my desk? No. I just have one of these. So I just plug the SD card into this and then this into my computer. And then an internet connection. That's all you need. Then you're done. I watched a YouTube tutorial video and it walked me through it and it was very easy to follow. it's a way of getting around the eShop as well, so I can still download things from the eShop, despite the eShop being shut down. The reason I did it is because I accidentally broke my SD card that was in my 3DS before, so I lost everything on there. So I homebrewed it, so I could just put everything back on again. found me years ago. I'd just gotten Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver physically. What? No, I've always had them. You might be getting me confused with somebody else. I've had Heart Gold, Soul Silver since they were released. My Heart Gold and Soul Silver are my original ones. Oh, you got them. I can't read apparently. Yeah, I mean, they've always been expensive, to be fair. They are they're most people's favorite. I mean, I'm one of them. My favorite Pokemon game is Soul Silver. But yeah, they are very sought after Pokemon games. I'm so glad that I have my original copies. I would not want to rebuy those. Technically, one of them is my brother's, but he doesn't care that I've got it. He doesn't play Pokemon anymore. I have done a shiny badge quest in Pokemon Heart Gold as well. You went that old when they first came out, so you didn't have a DS yet, so didn't get the games till years later. Makes sense. Yeah, I've been playing Pokemon since Pokemon Silver, which is why I still have my original Game Boy Color. Because I had it when I was a kid, and I've just made sure to keep it ever since. So yeah, I started with Pokemon Silver, but fairly not long into me playing Pokemon Silver, I also got the original Pokemon games, Red, Blue, and Yellow. I just never had Crystal. We never got Crystal growing up. We had Gold and Silver. We didn't have Crystal. Same with Emerald. I didn't get Emerald till a lot later either. We didn't get the third games of a set. Actually, no, I did get Platinum when that came out, to be fair, but that was more because I was more in control of buying games myself at that point. For Gold, Silver, Ruby, Sapphire, I wasn't really in control. Like, that was my parents knowing that I liked Pokemon and just buying me the games when they came out. The first Pokemon game was Black or White. Nice. At some point I might consider getting new stickers for my original games, because That's my Pokemon Red. Kind of should have a new sticker, really. Crystal sticker's alright, but that's because I bought it later, so it's been properly looked after. Then later you started getting the games after. Oh, from before. Nice. That's cool. To this day, you haven't finished Platinum. I've gone through every single Pokemon game in as much detail as I possibly can. I created a living dex for every single generation of Pokemon. What are my other ones? So red looks like that. How does my blue look? Blue's doing alright, actually. Blue's not doing too bad. Stuck on the Cyrus battle as a kid? Fair enough. I'll go yellow. Yellow's not terrible. The top of it's not great. But red is definitely the worst one. Silver's actually in really good condition, somehow. I'm not quite sure how I've managed to keep that in such good condition. To be fair, blue's in very similar condition to that. In fact, gold I think is probably the best condition, but that's probably because it's the one I played the least. Because it's my brother's, well, was my brother's, and silver is always my favourite out of the two. True. It is cool seeing them all laid out like that. What was my crystal one? Yeah, my crystal one's alright. It's got something scuffed on it, but I bought it second hand, so I don't even think that was me that did that. Also, this is encounter number 6900 and I didn't even mention it. Too busy focusing on my old games. Yeah, I have thought about like getting boxes, like not the original boxes, obviously that'd be stupidly expensive, but having boxes made in like the style of the old ones to put up. You can't really see it, which is a problem. Like, kind of annoying that my shelves are up there. I've got my shelves all nicely like decorated out in like Pokemon stuff and like to have a cool background, and you can't even see it. But up there on that one, you can just about see the bottom of the DS boxes and Switch boxes. But I don't have anything from before the DS games. It would be cool to have DS style boxes for the Gen 1, 2, 3 games. I feel to put on my shelf up there. So I have like every Pokemon games box up on that shelf, or main series, I should say. I don't have the side games. But all the boxes up there are my original boxes that the games came in. But I never kept the cardboard Game Boy Color, Game Boy games. To be fair, the Game Boy games I didn't have the boxes for because we didn't buy them in boxes. We bought them from eBay as a bundle. But the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games did come in cardboard boxes, but we didn't keep them. Unfortunately. My plan in the future, if I ever move and have a different office that doesn't need a bed in it, I have a spare bed. That's a sofa bed. Or it's called a day bed. If I ever don't need one of those in an office, because I have extra spare rooms, I would like to actually have shelves in my background that you can actually see stuff on. So I can put my plushes on there, but also my games and other things. I think that'd be cooler. I'd like to be able to show off that stuff in my background. And what I would do is I would get DS style boxes for the Game Boy Color and Advance games, because then I could put them all up on there. But I can't really do that at the moment because I don't have the space for that, and I need that spare bed there just in case we have guests. Because this is essentially a spare bedroom that I commandeered as my office. My brother Bagsied the master bedroom, which has an ensuite. So I said, okay, you can have that, but I'm having 2 bedrooms. One can be my office, one can be my bedroom. Best part is, I still get my own bathroom anyway, because it's just me and him. Well, and his girlfriend, but they obviously share the bathroom. So I definitely got the better end of that deal. Two bedrooms plus my own bathroom anyway. It's just not ensuite, but who cares? It's my own anyway. Excuse me. £40. I think. Pretty sure it was around £40. Maybe 45. I don't know what the conversion rate between pounds and US dollars. Don't know why I said US. Australian dollars are. So double at the moment? Wow. So as in like, so £1 is $2 Australian. Fair enough. I can't remember how much I can't remember what the difference was when I visited Australia either, to be honest. I don't know whether I really paid too much attention to it either when I was there. To be fair, that would have been around the same time as when the 3DS games were coming out. Well, some of them anyway. The later ones. The economy here is so broken now. Inflation is through the roof. Not good. To be fair, I feel like a lot of countries' economies are kind of broken right now. But yeah, I visited Australia in 2017. Nearly 9 years ago. To when I went. It was end of January. End of January, beginning of Feb. Yeah. Not in the heat of summer. I would not have survived. We've had pretty hot days. We've had snow the past couple of days. Not much, but a little bit. think you get snow here in the winter, but it's at the top of the country, so you've never seen snow in person. Wow. Can't imagine that. We get snow most years. Not necessarily much each, like, but most years we'll have at least a bit of snow. It's hard to tell. It's dark outside. I can't really see anything. I need to be able to see under a street lamp, but I can't see any through my window from here. I'd have to get up. But it is currently -2 degrees. So the right temperature for snow. The one problem with snow and icy conditions is it's not really the best conditions for my car. That's the annoying part. 27. It's not even 10 a.m. Yikes. Yeah, the conditions aren't great for my car either. That's the annoying thing. Like it's not very fun to drive in these conditions. So I'm hoping it clears up before I need to go to work on Monday, and it's not so icy. The problem with having a rear-wheel drive car. Very lucky it doesn't get icy over here, because when it rains and the roads are wet, it seems to drive everyone mad. So more in instance. Yeah, I mean, if it was icy, it would be even worse. Yeah. I've only had a couple of scary drives in the rain in my car. One of them was November time. That was quite bad. That was like torrential rain. I couldn't really see, and there were puddles all over the road. It was quite horrible, and it was a fast road as well. And a lot of people don't know how to drive in rain, and it's so horrible trying to drive near other people who don't know what they're doing. Like, they'll be driving through a puddle and they'll brake. It's like, no, don't brake when you're in a puddle, please. You're aquaplaning. Don't brake. You will you will you'll spin your wheels and you will crash. So please don't do that around me. You get bad flooding here? Yeah. Luckily, it's not too often that we'd get rain like that bad. I just happened to be driving through a storm, that was all. But I drive a sports car, so it's not really designed for driving in the rain and snow. There's a bridge here that they've rebuilt several times taller because each time they say it'll never flood again, it floods. Oh dear. I want to say it was mostly sunny when I visited. But there was... So I went on a cruise. And there was a bit of... Not storm, but bad weather towards the end of the cruise. Which actually meant that we couldn't stop at one of our stops, unfortunately. But when I was actually in Sydney, there was one day where it was like murky and kind of not great kind of thing, but like there was just one day. The rest of it was nice and sunny. It was still warm though, every single day. At some point in the future, I would like to go back to Australia again. What's the longest shiny hunt I've done? This one. This is very much the longest hunt I've done. You think the longest you've done would be for Lugia and Ultra Moon? It was only like 700 encounters. Not bad. Obviously, I'm still under odds, so it's like it's whatever. But in terms of time put into the hunt, this is my longest. We've been hunting for nearly a year, and this is only hunt number 1 for this game. Obviously, this is a shiny badge quest, so we're getting a shiny before every single gym. So this is going to be a long playthrough. Hopefully, the later hunts will be a little bit quicker than this, though, because this one's got quite a lot of dialogue and stuff in it, so yeah, obviously slows us down. You remember setting up a rubber band around the back buttons and jamming a pen in the D-pad so it would auto. Yeah, I used to do that as well for the wormhole stuff. Yeah, that was the wormhole hunting method. Elastic bands. I have like my drawer is full of elastic bands because I collected them just because often they would snap after a little while. You're lucky enough to get a shiny Kyogre in the first encounter after Lugia. Wow, impressive. I don't think I've had any legendaries that are one encounter. I've had quite a few like one encounter, like a Horde Hunt or a Dexnav or something like that. I've had a few one encounter of those, but I don't think I've ever had a legendary soft reset be one encounter. I think my quickest soft reset legend is probably like 6 or 7 encounters from memory. You were for some reason shiny hunting pink shinies at the time. Fair enough. I don't remember that, I'm afraid. It was like 10 years ago. Wow, it was probably like 8 years ago, but still, I don't remember that one. I have a lot of shinies. It's hard to remember all of the different hunts. Which is why I'm now keeping track of them a lot better. I have a tracker that I'm using. The tracker is actually what's giving you the time at the bottom there. So yeah, my tracker is gonna help me well, keep track of my shiny hunt in a lot better way to like have the amount of encounters, the amount of time, which game I caught it in, all that kind of thing. I'm using a website called shinydex.com at the moment. It's a very good website, actually. A lot of detail. And you can see other people's profiles, so you can see what shinies they've got and stuff, which is kind of cool. I don't think I have a link to it on Twitch, but I should put one on so that people can just go look at my what Pokemon I've got. It is a restarted link, tracker, so I don't have all of my shinies on it. It's just the ones from about a year ago onwards, and only ones that I have actually hunted. I've got a few shinies in Legends ZA that I haven't put on the tracker because I'm not counting them towards my tracker living dex, I'm calling it, because I want to actually I want my living dex to be a fully hunted living dex, not just shiny Pokemon that I've found. I want it to be hunted living dex. So this will go towards it because this is a hunt. This will be my Typhlosion for my living dex. Yeah, this is number 6,950. The other thing that, so on my current living dex that I'm doing, I'm doing it so it's only ever Pokemon that I've hunted on stream as well. So there is a video of every single one of them on the living dex, which will be good. And on the tracker, there's a way of like linking it so it links to YouTube. You tried soft resetting in Pokemon BDSP, but gave up after like 400 encounters, since even that took forever with the long cutscene. Yeah, I mean, technically, it's not even known as soft resetting on the Switch because there is no way of soft resetting on the Switch. It's a hard reset, which is just annoying. Because you actually have to close the game, open the game, close the game, open the game, close the game, open the game. Whereas if you're doing a soft reset, it's not closing the game; it's just resetting the game back to boot rather than closing it. But to close and open a game, it takes longer than a quick reboot. Because you're not closing the software when you're doing a soft reset, whereas you're closing software when you're doing it on the Switch, which is kind of stupid that there is no soft reset feature. I don't know why they got rid of that. But yeah, I don't do much Switch shiny hunting, to be honest. My favorite games to shiny hunt in are Gen 6 because you got a few different methods. So you got Friend Safari, Dexnav, Horde hunting. You got what's it called? Poke Radar, soft resets, random encounters, all those kind of things. Masuda. To be fair, I do Masuda on the Switch because it's quickest on Sword and Shield. As long as the Pokemon can be found in Sword and Shield, that is. Because obviously, there's a lot of Pokemon that aren't in Sword and Shield. But that's the fastest place to do Masuda method. If it's a Pokemon that isn't available in Sword and Shield that I want to Masuda, then I'll do it in Ultra Sun and Moon. Ultra Sun and Moon are the games I do my legendary soft resets in though, because the wormholes are very quick for soft resets. But most of my shiny hunts are on hold now. Well, I say on hold. I'm focusing on doing a load of shiny badge quests now because I just want to add some story to my shiny hunting. Ultra Sun and Moon, that's cool. Oh yeah, SOS hunting. That's fun. To be fair, SOS hunting in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, I enjoy that too. So Gen 6 and 7 are my favorite games to hunt in, and then Gen 4 Poke Radar is probably my actual favorite hunt. But that's the only Gen 4 hunting I do is the Poke Radar. But yeah, like I say, I'm working my way through a load of shiny badge quests now, so I'm not actually doing most of that methods because I'm gonna basically what my plan is to do a crystal shiny badge quest, then I'll jump to whatever the latest generation of Pokemon is. So probably Gen 10 by the time I've finished this one. I'll do a shiny badge quest in that game, then I'll come back to Gen 3, then I'll go to Gen 9, Gen 4, Gen 8, Gen 5, Gen 7, Gen 6. It's kind of my plan. It's a long-term plan, obviously, especially with this Gen 2 hunt. Well, not just hunt, this Gen 2 shiny badge quest. Like, this is going to take me a long time to do this one. Gen 11 might even be out before I finish this. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, Z. Did I did that wrong. I didn't look to see if it was male or female. Oh well. We'll see it when we go into the actual thing. Hopefully it's male now that I've come this far. It is male. Okay. Female. Welcome back. Yes. Yeah, I reset over typed null. Famously the first time I swore on stream. I've run away from a shiny before as well by accident. Fungus. Yeah, is a horde hunt. It's very hard to see Fungus when it's shiny if you don't spot the sparkles. So I hadn't spotted it and run away. I did reclaim the type null though. I haven't got a shiny Fungus though since then. You killed a shiny doing SOS method? But you're not 100% sure if it was shiny or not. Didn't get a good look. There's a fun thing about the Gen 6 and 7 Pokedex. You can see if you've seen a shiny. So if it's a Pokemon that you haven't already seen shiny, or that you know that you've seen shiny, you can check the Pokedex to see if it was a shiny or not. I think it's only Gen 6 and 7 you can do that in though. I've never tried it higher up in the later generations. I know you can change your Pokedex in the Legend ZA at least to show the shiny as the default like icon, but I don't know whether it shows you if you've only seen the shiny. I know you can change it if you've caught the shiny, but I don't know whether it's just seen the shiny counts for that as well. But certainly in Gen 6 and 7 you can check the Pokedex to see if you've seen a shiny, whether you caught it or not. You just have to do the, you know where you can check like the different forms, so like male and female gender differences. It's in the same place as that, but you can change it for shininess as well. Obviously, it doesn't work for soft resets because you're resetting to before you've seen the shiny, so it only works for ones where you're running away from it, say, or killing it, kind of thing, and not resetting. Am I using a controller or my keyboard and mouse? I'm using a controller. Do I have to use Joy 2 keys for it? No. It's an Xbox controller, so it just connects to the computer without any help, and then the emulator can detect that it's an Xbox controller. Excuse me. What's the Pokemon poster next to the Detective Pikachu poster? As in, this one? It's just a generic Pokemon poster. It's just got Gen 1 Pokemon on it. Not all of them, but just some of them. Can't remember what it came from. Okay, we're down to the last few for today. Stopping at 7,000. So here's the plan. 250 per stream. It's about as much as I can do. If I try and go more than that, I probably would fall asleep or something. I don't know. I can't do too much of this at once. It's obviously not the most fun thing to do. No. Okay, penultimate reset. 6999. Okay. Final reset for today, number 7,000. Oh. Well, it's female, so we're not even going to bother checking it. Okay. Cool. Right, okay, let me pause this timer so it doesn't keep going. Okay. Well, there we go. 7,000 resets. It's a lot of resets. A lot of resets. Okay, well, that is where we're going to be ending it for today. So we'll be jumping back into this again on Friday next week. And that'll be at 9 p.m. UK time. Next stream, however, will be on Monday. And that'll be at 8 p.m. UK time, where we will be jumping back into our FC26 Realistic Road to Glory career mode, where we are currently in season number 6. We started it on yesterday. And it was a terrible start, so hopefully we can improve. But yeah, that'll be at 8 p.m. on Monday. But yeah, so it's been fun. Didn't get a shiny, but that's fine. It's been fun. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Thank you all for being here, and I shall see you all in another stream. So thank you again, and goodbye.